Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. We're in San Antonio, Texas. We just drove to the south side of town and I'm here visiting Pedal Guerrero. Guerrero means warrior in Spanish. It caters to a lot of warriors. It's a very adaptive focused shop. The owner, Joseph, I'm staying at his house. He has adaptive issues himself, and so he has a special connection to the need. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Hi, my name's Jorge.
Hey, Jorge. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
The big celebrity.
Maybe, to some.
I've been following you for years on YouTube.
Okay, cool. This is your ride?
No, I broke my bike.
Oh.
I rolled it out, the rear axle.
Oh, no.
Turning, so
Okay.
I had to borrow this from Jen.
All right, cool. Well, let me get disembarked and I'll meet up with everybody.
I had power assist on mine, but this one I don't.
Well, you and me will be riding together today. There we go. When I met with Joseph yesterday, he said there could be anywhere from 15 to 50 people. And I said, I'm all right with that. Texas has a very, very interesting history, actually. So I'm kind of interested to learn a little bit about it myself. All the tires are still inflated. They're not moving anywhere they shouldn't be.
There's Jim Madison.
Hey, Jim. Nice to meet you.
I figure you coming down here. This is a big deal for us, so pass on to you.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, check this out.
I do marathons across the country.
I mean, your cross section is really, really shallow.
Oh yeah.
That is wild. You're completely laid out.
Yeah, this thing's entry level for what I do.
Yeah.
The guys who I compete against, they got all carbon fiber jobs.
I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
I get ready to go to Boston in April to race a marathon there. And the guy on our team, I think his record time is 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Really? How heavy is this with just on its own?
It's about 25, 26.
I mean, it looks light for,
I don't even think they're 15.
Wow. My rear rack is about 15. So what's the top end speed for something like this?
Boston, year before last, on the downhill coming out of Heartbreak, I hit 75.
Miles per hour?
Yeah. On these trails, on some of the downhills, I can get up to about 40, 45.
Whoa. Hey, Julian, how's it going?
He's right. He's our leader today.
Welcome to San Antonio, and
Thank you.
Glad to help you and
Awesome.
enjoy this ride.
I'm glad to ride with you. Well, this is gonna be very cool. I think this is the top of the enthusiasm level that I've gotten. Just people super excited. We got some upright bikes, we got some hand cycles.
All right, let's gather up for a second, please. My name is Joe. If you don't know me, I'm from Pedal Guerrero, one of the only recumbent bike shop in town. We partner up with Jen in Texas ParaSport to ride on Wednesdays, and we're also here for Matt. Matt is from out of town. He's a YouTuber. His YouTube page is Jayo. I can never pronounce it. But he's here to highlight what San Antonio is all about in the cycling community. So I appreciate all you guys showing up. This is fantastic. If you break down or something, there's a couple mechanics here, so we'll see if we can get you up and running again.
I just flew the drone right next to an airport. It let me do it, and I made sure it was really low, but beautiful day. How's it going?
Hi. So Matt, this is what is called the aqueduct. This aqueduct is what fed the irrigation for the settlers when they lived in the missions. It started, as you know, in San Antonio we have 5 missions. Mission Valeria, but that is known, world family is known as the Alamo. The Alamo, Concepcion, San Jose, San Juan, and then the Espada, which ends right here. That's the most northern mission from downtown. So this aqueduct was started at the first mission at the Alamo, and it ran all along the San Antonio River. Crazy thing about the San Antonio River is that the San Antonio is 270 miles long, and it feeds into the Gulf. So that should tell you how much water would flow into the irrigation for the missions. But on the other side, you would see all the fields where the aqueduct would fit into, and they would grow their crops and all that. And that's on the other side of the ghost tracks. But we won't be able to cover that because we're staying on the trailhead.
All right.
So that's a little bit of history from the aqueduct.
Well, thanks.
So now we're heading on this trailhead, and we're gonna go north to Mission Espada.
Cool. You all have to sit and hear the lesson from me, the one guy that doesn't know. You're like, I heard that all a million times.
Rolling!
Sharp right.
Left to right. Right.
There's a lot of communication between people. Gravel, tight turn. Good, good.
I'm Alejandro.
Alejandro. I like your mustache, Alejandro. I had just come in from Tucson, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, I was seeing a lot of dryness and cacti.
I love about San Antonio. We have lushness here.
Yeah, it's certainly more humid here.
Yes.
Mission Espada.
This trail system to wrap around the city, which will.
I saw the map with all the dotted lines, the dash lines. It'll be nice when it's all finished up.
Yeah.
I think this is the most acoustic bikes I've ridden with at one time. Non-powered. Most of the time I'm riding with fully powered bikes and trikes, and
Oh, okay.
I'm left in the back, you know.
Oh,
So if I ride on this trail, I'll very rarely cross an actual road.
right.
That's always nice about a good city trail system.
Slowing and stopping.
Straight on through. There's a hill. We get on the road to be ready to hit it here.
Walkers up. Move right.
So much communication. How you doing?
So Matt, I brought you.
Here, hold this and talk into that.
Oh
and
my
then I'll
Lord.
hear
Come
you.
on, Matt.
Yeah. That's you.
So Matt, I brought you. There was two ways to come up here to the last mission on San Antonio. I brought you the circle way, so that way you could see the back of the mission. So this is the last mission of the 5. This is Mission Espada, and we're in the back side. We're gonna swing around in a few minutes when everybody gets here, and you'll see the entrance of the mission, and that's where the church is at. So if you wanna get up, Matt, and go see the back
Yeah.
end, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
This is for you, brother.
Yeah. I don't want to, I don't want to hold anybody
No,
up.
no. This is for you.
Okay.
This is for you.
What's your dog's name?
Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
So this is what the Alamo kind of used to be. You can kind of see the scale of this one.
Yeah. So this is where you'd have people spreading Christianity, living and schooling, and or was it more of a military thing,
Well,
or?
it started out as missionaries
Okay.
coming out and living and trying to educate, and the villagers would live inside the compound of this thing,
Okay.
and they would work on the outside the fields. This is where they'd store the grain. That's the church. It's an operating church. That's the state park office. That's where the park officers are. But you can see the size of this. This is about the size of what the Alamo used to be. Where the Alamo nowadays is just that single building.
All the walls and everything have
Everything's
sort of
gone.
degraded.
Yeah.
Why is it so important that it's like, don't forget the Alamo? Like,
Because of the battle. Because there was the battle between Texas and Mexico was at the Alamo.
that was like a pivotal moment in time that
in history. That made Texas an independent republic from Mexico.
Okay.
So you had Jim Bowie, you had Davy Crockett, you had all those famous people at the Alamo fighting with the Texans to secede from Mexico.
Wow. I'm sort of used to churches with huge doors. This one is it's just a little oversized to me. Me and Brandon in Europe, we went to this church, and the door was it was as big as the entire faceplate of this church right here. Yeah, Texas seems to have a history all to its own. Ruins. You don't see very many ruins in the United States. You get a lot of ruins around Europe and Asia, but the actual physical remnants of history, either America has sort of built upon, or, you know, just progress, or, you know, Indian culture was about preserving the land. And I think most of the places that they held dear just sort of melted back into nature when they left, you know. All right, shotgun tour.
We're just gonna roll to the front. I won't leave you, man, I promise.
No worries, no worries. Life's an adventure. If I get lost, I gotta find you. That'll be sort of exciting. Do you take the dog with you everywhere?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
This is Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Carlos, a good buddy.
Nice to meet you. How long ago were the ornaments made? Like these ornaments, you said they were each made by a different family. Oh, okay, okay.
So like a lot of these guys, like Joe, Amy, Jesus, some of us have been riding together over 10 years.
Wow.
And as part of their rehabilitation, when some of them were not in a very good place, we introduced them to adaptive cycling, and it changed their lives. And then like, especially Joe and Amy, right? So much so that they started a bike shop.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and we've been partnering together for years, and we have a great community. We have a great community of folks with disabilities, able-bodied, all kinds of disabilities, you know, mental, physical, and yeah, it's just as much about the social and mental benefits as it is the physical benefits.
Well, giving people a chance to do what they feel like they couldn't
Exactly.
is huge.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about cycling, right? There's so many different bikes and adaptations you can make on the bikes that it really is accessible to all.
Yeah.
One of the things here in San Antonio, we're very blessed. We have a really great community of athletes that is not just about themselves. They give back and mentor and help and...
Well, community is so important.
Yeah.
If you don't have community, things get difficult.
Well, especially after an injury or an accident,
Right.
when that mental health is down. And like Military City, USA, here in San Antonio, we have so many military who, you know, after they got medically discharged, they lost that unit, they lost that camaraderie. So these programs give them that opportunity to stay connected. Like I was telling you, I'm a recreation therapist. Wendy is a recreational therapist who taught me what I do. And she got athletes like Gil and Juan and Robert and those guys involved like 30 years ago. That's a big part of what Texas ParaSport does. We have equipment that we loan out to different partner organizations and athletes participating with us, right?
Okay.
So you don't have to go out and buy a $3,000 bike to start. You can use some of our equipment to see what type of bike you need, see if it's the sport that you love, right, if it's the correct fit for you. Texas ParaSport is a nonprofit that does adapted sports and recreation for people with disabilities across the state. And, you know, introductory recreational programs, but all the way up to like developing into the pipeline and Team USA athletes. We have 2 athletes going to cycling road national championships in April.
Okay.
So
On behalf of the organization.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we have, you know, athletes that come out to the different programs for fun and fitness and friendships, but also like
For competition.
absolutely. Yeah, and we've got some, you know, again, we've got civilian, we've got military participants, we've got youth, we've got adults, and especially in track and field right now, we've got some athletes in the pipeline in air guns as well that should be at LA 2028.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drifting away. All right, let's try that booyah.
Yeah, dude. So AZUB. We don't have an AZUB bike.
Oh, AZUBs are like the top of the line.
AZUB.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bridge over here.
Yeah, you can still see a little bit of the color on it. That used to be called Blood Bridge.
Blood Bridge.
Yeah, there's a story about the donkey lady, La Lorna, old folklore.
Okay.
The bridge used to be like Blood Bridge.
Oh.
Really?
And La Lorna would attract children to the Blood Bridge, and then she would take them and kill them.
Oh boy.
Goodness, can
That's not a sweet story. That's a horrible story.
I didn't say it was going to be nice.
This is our second mission of our trip. We are at Mission San Juan. I usually park here every day, Monday through Friday, and do my own walk for my mental health. So last Friday, I saw something very spectacular. I was walking, and I get here at 7 o'clock in the morning. When I finished at 8:30 last Friday, I saw people in the middle of the field erecting a teepee. I said, wow, what's going on? So the following day, I came on Saturday, and I was riding my trike, and I was resting. A gentleman parked right here, and he was one of the tribesmen that was leading that teepee that was being erected. Are you a veteran? I said, yes, sir, I'm a veteran. I see your flag. He goes, well, I'm a Marine, but I'm also a Native American. I said, wow. So he said, I would like to invite you to our ceremony that we're going to have here in about an hour. I said, what, sir? He goes, yes, you're going to be my guest. We are having a special ceremony for all the children that are buried on the grounds. And I got to witness the ceremony. It was amazing just to be invited to see that special ceremony. And this is a live well. It still works. I said, is that why it's right here? He goes, yes, sir, because the national park decided to make a parking lot, and they took away the land to make the parking lot. So no wonder. So I always wonder, why was this right here? So that is the story behind this well. It is a live well, but the grounds extended all the way to the street. So all of this was for the Native Americans. And Matt, the farmland that I told you about, if we would go this street to the right behind that green building, the aqueduct that I showed you over here would feed all the irrigation, and all the fields right there are the crops.
Okay.
They still grow crops till today. They have volunteers that come, they harvest the crops, they pick them, they call the local National Food Bank, they park the 18-wheelers back behind there, and all the crops that they harvest are given out to the local community.
So what they ended up doing, like Julian was saying, they started raising crops, volunteers back there in that area, and then the volunteers would harvest the crops, and everything that is grown is donated to the San Antonio Food Bank. Kept everything going.
Yeah, wow. So Joseph here, he owns Pedal Guerrero.
Yes,
that
sir.
was the best one yet.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. And we're both riding Tie Fly X's, so we don't have to worry about curbs or anything. So
Nope.
we can just sort of blump, 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 blump. So how long have you owned the shop?
We've been open since 2019,
Okay,
and all we do is hand cycles and recumbents.
that's it.
That's it.
Could I ride off into this area, or was there probably like spiny stuffs?
You probably get a flat.
You'd probably get a flat, yeah. So Guerrero means warrior, eh?
Pedal Warrior is the name of the shop.
Pedal Warrior.
The shop is called Pedal Guerrero, and it's half Spanish, half English, because this is South Texas, so there's a lot of Spanish,
Yep.
a lot of Spanglish.
Do you take this sort of a ride every first Wednesday of the...
Second Wednesday of every month we ride with Texas ParaSport. This is just one of the trails. This is one of the southern trails on around San Antonio.
Okay.
There's there's 120 miles or so of trails
Okay.
around San Antonio.
How's the recumbent industry here in San Antonio?
It's thriving because of Pedal Guerrero. If we weren't here, I think it would not be as prevalent as it was.
Right.
And most of the trails that you see around that we're riding on, like this right here, this is what most of the trails are like. They got artwork, they got the river, all kinds of awesome stuff.
Wow. You need a shop in town, right? You need like a hub for recumbent trikes, you know, for people to come to for adaptive programs, or, I mean, otherwise, if you weren't around, you'd have to...
Yeah, it's really difficult.
It'd be hard.
For someone who's disabled to get the resources that they need.
Yeah.
So we try to act as a hub or a point of contact. If we don't know a person, or we can't find whatever resource that person is looking for, we'll search it out and through our network and ask, what do you need?
I mean, you're a real important node, you know, for a lot of people, I imagine.
We try to be. A lot of these people, there's a couple guys here riding an upright bike. They wouldn't be riding a bike without us.
Yeah.
Because we adapted their upright bike to them.
He's got a lot of energy, eh?
Julian? Julian's awesome.
Julian's, he's an excited. I like it. It's good energy.
That's where I picked him to do this. He's just so full of energy, and he loves what he does. He's also very grateful for what we did for him. I met Julian through another nonprofit, and we'd hang out and ride together, but he didn't have his own bike. In the stories, someone gave us a bike and said, give this to a veteran.
Yeah, you gotta look at it.
So we gave him a bike. It's what we got him started riding.
Does that happen a lot, where somebody's like, here, take this, but I want you to give it to somebody that...
Not as often as I'd like.
Right.
We do, we've given away, since we've been open in 2019, we've given away, I want to say close to 10 bikes, 10 trikes.
Wow.
That people have donated to us. And then after COVID, we had some bikes that we were kind of hoarding parts and hoarding stuff. And we were using it as a parts, but we didn't sell it. We couldn't sell it, so we gave that away too. So we've given some new bikes, some used bikes away.
So we're gonna hang out with the crew at Pedal Guerrero for the next few days, learn a little bit about them. I'm gonna make a shop video for them, and I'll work on that tomorrow. Every single shop I've visited is so different from its counterpart, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think each shop needs to adapt to the environment that's around them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we were talking like Angle Tech is very focused on VA programs, and then you've got laid back cycles in Sacramento. He's like really interested in the community there in Sacramento. He sells a lot of like high-end electrified Tie-Fly X's. This is the San Antonio River next to us?
Yes. This runs all the way through downtown.
Okay. I see like there's some garbage like in the trees.
Yeah.
Is that because when it floods here, it gets like...
It gets really deep.
It must get swollen like crazy.
Yep.
I was in Tucson, and they had all of these washes, you know, the washes?
Yeah.
They're like, I mean, hundreds of Walmart shopping carts.
Yep.
You know, just sort of washed away at one point in time.
San Antonio has this thing called basura bash. And basura, I believe in Spanish, means trash.
Okay.
So they have these teams that go around and pick up all this trash out of the river.
Good. Oh yeah, this trail is quite nice. Quite nice. There I go with the quite nices. Quite nice is my new phrase, I guess. Everything's quite nice.
This is Espada Dam.
Espada Dam. The Spear Dam. Dam. Oh, this is nice. It's a variety. I mean, we're on the road, we're off the road, we're on a trail, we're in the forest, we're at a ruined, you know, landmark, at a church. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. It's such a short ride too.
The trails down here are like, that's why I had Julian follow this one, because they are all over the place.
Yeah.
To make sure that you get to all the different missions.
Yep.
If you just follow the river, it's kind of difficult on a bike.
Hello.
Good morning. So this is another mission I think we're coming up to.
Yeah.
One of the missions has where the roof is gone, but you can see the arches from the walls and the support structure, and it's very picturesque. People come out here for that. That's what makes that one famous.
Oh, cool.
I think
Yeah,
it's this one.
I can see the church tower or whatever that is.
This one might be the one that's the most complete, I think.
You know, back in the day, the church was the hub. You know, they would put these churches together and then they'd build a wall around, and then everything going on in town would be happening right here, right outside the church. You'd hear, you know, horses, carriages, donkeys, farmers hauling goods on little trailers with crotchety wheels, people bartering, people living here in the wall sections, travelers walking in here, trying to find a place to rest for the day. I gotta imagine you coming to one of these places was like, oh, comfort, you know, as opposed to the outside area, which was the wild. This offered you protection, and protection was something that gave you a real comfort. So this is what they call a rose window, and you'd have the priests that would open the window, and then the congregation would gather outside, and he'd either do the Eucharist or proselytize, and he could be inside the church at the time, and you know, so that you get a whole group of people outside here that are listening to the priest. And then here you can kind of see the remnants of what it might have looked like originally. Quite colorful. You got blues and reds, whites, and then yellows. I don't know if that yellow, that yellow is an original yellow. So yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, all the way up. This must have been an extremely colorful building at some time. Here's a door that's a bit more to the stature I'm accustomed to in Europe. Yeah, that's a bit more the way I remember these big church doors being. The church would be the figurehead, and then they just create this large square where people could gather, do business or barter, go about their daily lives, and have the protection of the church and the border walls. Interesting. If these grounds could talk, what stories would they tell over such a period of time? Looks like this was something at some time, a building of some sort. The second I come through the door, everybody's like, okay, Matt's here, we can go.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. This was a real location for people back then, right? Mm-hmm. There was protection, there was an opportunity to do bartering, there was your religious center. It was like,
it was a community center.
Strategic, you know?
It was a small village.
Yeah, I'm good.
And so this is what the Alamo, this is what all of them look like, all 5 of them that we visited.
They're all basically a perimeter wall, a church, and places for people to
live and work and store. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, okay, that's a fish ladder, right?
Yeah.
The river allows the fish to kind of make their way down. Every time you drive past a place on this trail, somebody yells out the historical significance or some odd fact about it. It's cool. Now, you were introduced to recumbents in general from Texas ParaSports?
So Jen introduced me to recumbent cycles.
Okay.
I didn't know they existed till she had an adaptive cycling clinic. And she was actually with another organization that doesn't exist anymore. And now she's the executive director of Texas ParaSport.
So if you don't think you have an impact, you really have to think twice, because like I make these videos and I don't realize the outreach of the words that I say or the experiences I share.
You do. You make a big difference. A lot of these people came here just to see you today.
It's really amazing, you know?
Yeah.
He was saying that a lot of the people in this group here have lost tons of weight, found a healthier lifestyle,
just
found meaning, community.
Mental stability.
You know?
Cycling does a lot for your psyche, for your physical. And a lot of the ones here flying American flags, most of these here on recumbents are disabled vets.
Yeah, yeah.
And the one person I introduced you to, Carlos, he's nonverbal, has a TBI.
Yep.
His dad takes care of him.
Has he got a throttle on that?
Yeah, he's got a motor.
Okay.
But his dad drives him to these events. He's actually on a power wheelchair team with Jen.
Wow.
And Texas ParaSport does the power wheelchair team, and they've competed nationally.
You know, I didn't know much about the adaptive side of things while I was cycling through Asia.
Yeah.
You know, I just picked up the trike because I thought it was fun, and for video it was neat, and for you meeting people it was always something that people were interested in, and it created its own story. But then I came here and started riding around the States, and it really opened my eyes to how important it is as a tool for people, you know, who maybe have a disability or have found themselves in a situation where they can't ride a bike anymore. And otherwise, I don't want to say hopeless, but there was a hope in finding the trike, you know. It gave them an opportunity to do stuff that they thought they might have not have been able to do anymore.
Exactly. And I think a lot of that started after the Gulf War. There's a lot of veterans that came home.
Yeah.
And they lost legs, they lost limbs, or the TBI, or they were just injured in some way that they couldn't ride a bike.
Yeah.
And they were stuck. And so some nonprofits popped up and said, let's go cycling. You have a Wounded Warrior Project that does cycling here locally. That's what they're based out of. So yeah, the cycling just in general, the whole well-being. You know, there's days that I hurt and it's almost impossible for me to walk.
Yeah.
But if I can get out and do a ride like this, I'm like tons more energy and feel so much better.
100%. Even for me, you know, if somebody has a choice of sitting on the couch versus getting out and about.
Yep.
You know,
I'd rather do this
choose
than sit
to
on the
get
couch.
out and about, you know.
And I don't think I could do this without my AZUB.
Yeah. I didn't pay him to say that.
No, they didn't pay me to say that. There's days that I hurt so bad that if I didn't have the tires and the suspension, I just can't get down low enough, say on a Trike 559 or even an ice adventure.
Oh, this is a nice ride right here. It's along the river. Nice path. Although I'm holding my camera with my right hand, so I have to reach over and shift.
I want to know how your bike is faster than mine.
Yeah, you would think you'd have more momentum, right?
Yep. I wonder if that roll-off does make a big difference.
You have power on?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
I'm on boost. I'm on the highest level.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll take me on the up, so.
Yeah, I physically couldn't ride this hill right here without assist. I'd be done.
Okay. Well, if you need it, you got it, you know?
Yep. It's not cheating. It's just helping.
If you're pedaling for fun, cheating is a very bad word to use, you know?
Yep. Yep, bike up. I'm coming over.
Yep.
Hi. She keeps looking over her shoulder like, what are you doing behind me? I don't trust you. Are you good?
A little shade?
Yes, I was just taking a little shade.
We're heading north, yes.
Yeah.
From the South San Antonio towards downtown.
Okay.
And this river will flow when you talk about the river walk in downtown. That's below street level. This is the same river.
It's a nice wide trail. You got a couple of trikes side by side, not a big deal, which is nice. Do you get a lot of wind around here coming off? Is it typically pretty windy? Yeah, when I drove here from Dallas, the wind was hitting the front of the van so hard I lost like 3 miles per gallon all the way here.
Well, you know the joke, right? Texas is so windy because Oklahoma sucks.
Isn't your wife from Oklahoma?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Where do you go to next?
Houston, New Orleans, and then I'll be bouncing around Florida for a little while.
And you just sleep in your van?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a very nice van.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's got air conditioning and big batteries. I can sit in the middle of nowhere and get all I need. A little shower and bathroom and my computer. I got Starlink. I can work there. It's very nice.
Wow.
Yeah. A bike?
Yeah, one of the ladies fell off the bike, but she said because we were yelling call signs, we startled her and she lost momentum. But she tried to overcorrect and she blamed it on us yelling.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's your fault, Joe.
It's my fault. I'll take responsibility.
She didn't fall.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, we're all motorized
Okay,
somehow.
let's roll.
We're rolling. Everybody good?
Yep.
If you fall off your bike because you hear loud noises, that's on you, my friend. That is on you. Although I do feel bad. I remember I was riding the trike in Shenzhen with Annie, and Annie was riding a bicycle. I was riding the trike, and some lady fell off her bike and blamed Annie for it and tried to extort her for money, which is a fairly common thing in China. People will position themselves in front of your car and then act like you hit them and then say, hey, give me some of that, give me some cash and I'll just walk away. Better for you, better for me, better all around. It's kind of underhanded. Looks like we're coming up on a monument or a church up ahead. It's so funny, I saw that sign, Mission Conception, and I read Misconception.
That's fourth mission. The next one would be the Alamo, but
The big one.
the big one, we're not allowed to ride bikes there anymore. They stopped all traffic because they found relics and bones. So they stopped everything.
Okay.
That. Relics and bones being buried outside of the Alamo. Holy shit.
I hope you liked the tour, Matt.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure doing it. We got one more stop and then we'll head back. But if you want to take your last pictures of the last mission we're going to visit, by all means, sir.
All right, give me a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yeah. This is not a misconception, it's a Mission Concepcion. Pretty much every mission has some commonalities. They have a well, they have a church, they have remnants of maybe some walls or a courtyard. Very similar architecture. Stone and rudimentary cement. All right, so this is the church that we were just at, and then here you can see where the wall was. No wall anymore, just some pieces, parts of it. train above. Very rarely, if you know me at all, am I able to catch a train and me at the same time. So that's nice. I am always a little bit too early or a little bit too late to get the train and me in the same shot. So this right here, this is a win. This is the win. Ooh, yeah.
So this is the start of the Blue Star complex.
Okay. Is it a residential area or?
Yes, it has been. They've been revitalizing this whole area. You can see some of the old buildings mixed with some of the new.
Factory district turned into living space, an art district. Are we stopping for a drink or?
I don't know. Let's get a consensus.
Yeah, I'll stop for a drink. So he's one of the crew here riding with us. What's your name?
Jesse.
Jesse. And you were saying just now that like this group is a great opportunity for you to get out. Otherwise,
yeah, we'd be spending time in bed.
Yeah, yeah.
So Joel has helped us a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's more the community than that ride itself, or is it? Yeah. It's just
like with Jennifer. Then you have swimming on Mondays, riding on Wednesdays, shooting on Tuesdays or Thursdays, and then other things on Fridays.
Cheers.
Cheers. Glad you're here in San Antonio.
Yeah, thank you. Glad you were here to show me around.
I wish I could show you the Alamo, but you'll have to make another trip.
There'll have to be another chance.
And we'll take it to the tower too.
Okay.
It's 750 feet up, and then they have a restaurant on top.
At the Alamo?
No, at the tower.
Oh, okay.
We can do dinner next time. Maybe.
Okay, cool.
I'll show you.
All right. Always nice to have a margarita break. Although that margarita was bitter. Holy moly. I've never had a margarita taste like that. That was bitter. I mean, maybe it was a specialty. Maybe it was a flavor I'm not used to, but it was bitter. Blue Star Bicycle Company.
Yep.
That's cool. I like their logo. All right, we have finished the ride. 23 miles. 23 miles on my Strava. Let's pause, finish. I just, yeah.
Cheated.
I see this van from a mile away. It's like a beacon.
Hey, brother.
Hey.
Appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, thanks for the ride.
Good meeting you.
Yeah, same here, same here.
Most bike shops sell bicycles, but here in San Antonio, Pedal Guerrero is focused on something different.
I'm 100% disabled. Most of my customers are disabled, so I understand the pain that you're going through. So I really pride myself of fitting you comfortably to a bike.
This is a shop dedicated to helping people ride, even when they thought cycling wasn't possible anymore.
When I was in the military, I would do a lot of physical activity and training. I loved running triathlons, but the more I trained and the more I raced, the more I hurt. I was kind of in this slump. I tried to adapt my diamond frame bike to me with my neck being fused, I just couldn't race anymore. And I was at my normal VA appointment at the VA, saw this sign that said adaptive cycling sign up here, and I didn't know what these bikes were. So I signed up and I went, and they introduced me to recumbents for the first time. And then I met a group of veterans and we were riding like 100 miles a week. I was like, why don't more people know about this?
Pedal Guerrero isn't just a typical bike shop. Nearly 90% of the riders they serve are adaptive riders. People recovering from injury, living with disabilities, or dealing with physical or mental challenges that make traditional bikes impossible.
We give back to the community by working with different organizations. Texas ParaSport is one of the big ones. San Antonio Disability, SA Disability. Morgan's Wonderland, if you're familiar with that. They have a sports program that we work with them sometimes. The whole mission is for our store is really just to get people out cycling and introduce them to an avenue of fitness that they may not have known existed for them.
When the closest recumbent shop disappeared, Joseph saw an opportunity. Instead of driving hours to Dallas, riders in South Texas now have a dedicated shop right here.
No, I came here in San Antonio, this specific location, because I didn't want to compete with the other bike shops. So I looked on the map, where was there a void of bike shops? I have such a good working relationship with the bike shops here in San Antonio. They send me everything that's got 3 wheels. They don't care, just go see Joe. It's a nice, tight-knit community here in San Antonio in the cycling community.
Pedal Guerrero carries one of the largest selections of recumbent trikes in Texas, from performance machines to highly adaptive mobility solutions.
We got Ice, HP, Cat Trike, AZUB, Terra Trike, Hassa, Cruise Bike, Green Speed, Sunseeker, Stein Trikes, Trident Trikes. So we carry all the brands, and I prefer to carry all those brands because every rider is different. You might ride HP and find that that's comfortable. Someone might sit on that HP and find that it's not comfortable. So let's try then an AZUB. AZUB might fit you better. So each brand has its own benefits for each individual. We do have a full service shop. That is Sean. When he's not working, I'm working, but we can service any kind of bike. So the cycling community in San Antonio is very tight. Tuesday nights in San Antonio, they have what's called the San Antonio Social Ride. It's kid friendly. They start at one point and then they loop around through downtown, they come back. There's over 100 miles of trails in San Antonio where you don't even have to cross a road to ride them. So if you're afraid of traffic, riding these lower bikes, the trail system is fantastic for that.
Pedal Guerrero isn't just a bike shop. It's a place where people rediscover freedom, mobility, and confidence on 3 wheels.
Julian is one of the success stories. He was like me in this downward spiral. He went to the VA and the VA denied him a trike. They said, you're not disabled enough. We're not gonna give you a trike. And you could just see like the weight on his shoulders just kind of pressing down on this man. 2 days before he came into the store, someone had given us a trike and said, I can't sell this. Please donate it to another veteran. Julian walked in like a day, 2 days later and asked, well, what do you got that's cheap that I can buy so that I can get out riding? I need to change my train of thought. I need just to get back involved in things. I said, I got the bike for you. So I put him on a new bike, on this donated bike, and he was the happiest guy in the world. It just changed his life. Shoot, I think he bikes every day, and he's involved in 3 or 4 different bike clubs around town. He bikes with Texas ParaSport. He's just involved, and he's giving back. He's paying it forward. His spirits are just lifted. He's just a different person. This company, Luna Creative here in San Antonio, came up with my brand. I gave them some ideas. Pedal Guerrero English is the Pedal, Guerrero is the Spanish part. This is South Texas, so a little Spanish, a little English. If you look at the image, it's a conquistador helmet. That's my Spanish heritage. I'm 2nd generation legal immigrant from Spain. If you can't ride a bike comfortably, I did something wrong. And if that's the case, with all the community partners that we work with, a lot of them are certified rec therapists. I can reach out to them and ask, hey, this is the issue I'm having, or this is the issue the customer's having. How do we fit this bike to that individual? We want you to be able to ride comfortably. This is the shop dog, this is Murphy. He's also my service animal. You can see his tail wagging there. We're talking about you, buddy. What he does for me is he picks things up, or if I fall, and he helps me get up off the ground because I'm a little unstable on my feet at times. That's why I ride a trike, but yeah, he's always here. He'll come greet you. He loves people. He's extremely friendly.